end this just before Mark Lindsay's show, so you guys won't miss anything. So here it is, a little bit of campfire for. A little bit of campfire with a little bit of lake in the background. This is the life. Hey, Jerry, how's it going? Just chilling by the campfire. Just taking those. My family's up here this weekend, so for a couple days they went out to see a play now, and these are the only times that I actually get to enjoy the campfire, because most of the time when I light a fire, it's to burn a bunch of wood, and I'm just shoveling more wood in. So now I'm just sitting back with my Diet Coke and just chilling. Yep, yep. It's so funny because I enjoy the work. I really do. I'm enjoying every single drop of sweat that I pour into this property. I'm actually loving it. Yet at the same time, I'm looking forward to the I'm looking forward to a little bit when it's all over and I have my shop and the house in place, and I get to look back. But I mean, I'm doing that right now. I'm looking back on this place and saying, hey, this was a jungle. I did this all by myself, so it's a good feeling. Might as well enjoy. Hey, Rob, how's it going? Just chilling. I'm just enjoying the fire by the lake. Well, not by the lake. I'm about 600 feet away from the lake, but close enough where I can enjoy the lake. I cut a good swath there, as you can see in the background, where I could see the lake. There's still 4/5 of the back left of bamboo. Everything you see in the screen to the right is the lake is blocked by bamboo back there. Oh, sweet epoxy time! I'm looking forward to working with epoxy. I'm going to get some hands-on practice on. I'm going to get some stone coat countertop epoxy and start goofing around with different colors, because if it works as well as I think it works, as I suspect, I'd much rather have my own custom epoxy countertop than for what, 70, $100, whatever it costs, compared to a $6,000 granite one. I think that's a good deal. And the granite ones eventually wear out, and it costs an arm and a leg to. Evening, Harry. It costs an arm and a leg to replace it. So, I mean, rather to buff it out, to have it worked on, polished. And with an epoxy one, yeah, it'll wear out a little faster, but one little clear coat and you're done. Well, epoxy countertops are Well, they're heat resistant. You can put pans on them, from what I've been told. I don't know if I still wouldn't. Hot pans and stuff. They are um, like any epoxy. If it's indoor, as long as you're not exposing it to the light, and where it's not meant for UV, for outside. Even though a kitchen is, pretty bright, obviously, most kitchens. I'd expect it to last quite a bit. I certainly would say I'd get my money's worth. Just guessing, I would certainly get my money's worth spending $100 on, and the kitchen countertop that I have is gonna be huge. I mean, we're talking about a 36-foot long countertop. Well, currently, tentatively. You know how it is with plans, but that's about how much countertop I've got. So somewhere in the neighborhood of 80 to 90 total square footage between the little island and the long countertop. And I mean, you're looking at maybe under $200 for all the epoxy supplies, as opposed to, like I said, $5,000-6,000 for a custom cut slab. And if I want to change it in the future, all I got to do is sand it down, drape off the kitchen, and just hit it. It's an afternoon job, and you're done. Yeah, 36 feet is we're looking at 36 lineal feet by anywhere between 24 and 30 inches, and it's huge. But I have right now I have a 14 by 7 kitchen, and it's very well proportioned, but even so, I'm tired of bumping into. I mean, I've got the room out here, I've got the space, I can build big, so I might as well, and the cost difference is minimal. Oh, you like the, yeah, I gotta, some videos I put puns in, some I don't, and I'm gonna start throwing some more punishment on the next batch of videos. I've been trying to get a little more comedy, like the old days when I used to in the beginning. But it's like I'm so busy. I'm so busy. Out. It's, well, any YouTuber knows this. It's if you're enjoying what you're doing, then to have to film it and edit it, it's a pain. It's work. I've got a few ways around it. I bought a security system for here, and I found that it records in 1080, and no sound, but, well, I'm adding the microphone, but the nice thing is I position one of the cameras on a tripod, and I just take it with me, have it record the entire time. I'll just move the tripod, boom, aim it at me, continue, move the tripod, aim it at me, and then, yeah, it involves a little bit more editing. Oh, God, when that one fell, it just, ash. Sorry. It involves a little bit more editing, but in the end, it's just one film transfer. I don't have to edit 10 different videos. It's just one extremely long 10-hour video. But when the bulk of it is blank, trim. But yeah, it's more than anything else, these videos are documentation for me to just document the progress. We're trying to, it's difficult. We don't have don't have a huge budget at all to be building a house until we sell ours, you know. So in the meantime, you know, whatever little sweat equity I can pour into it, it's makes the place better. Yeah, yeah. There's on days like today, it's kind of great and it's kind of not so great. The the lake really reflects the sound from the road about a mile away or so. So, you know, occasionally it's just Saturdays and Sundays. During the day, I mean, most days it's just everybody's off to work and it's. I mean, if you can hear the deadly quiet. Now, that's one thing that I got to work on, and that's one of the things that I'm going to work on is, I'm sure if you've seen in my videos, here I'll pan around to the right. This is the unattractive side. This is where the houses are basically, I don't want to say butt up against me. They're still about 300 feet away, but there's, you know, I love all the neighbors. They're fantastic. I say hello to them and everything. But at the same time, I see their houses, I see their backyards, and they keep them nice and neat, most of them. And I see the road in front of them. So I'm definitely putting some major shrubberage on there. And I'm working on that. But all that takes time and money. Let's see, is it 3 o'clock yet? Time for Mark's show? I can't even tell. Oh, how long do I think before I start building? I missed that question. Well, um, probably. Whoop. That all depends on a couple things. I don't want to start building before the kids are out of school, so it'll be a rather. I'm trying to calculate it so the house is built about the time the kids are moved to college, and when I start building, I'll be here practically 24/7. You know, barring the occasional, you know, time home with. I mean, it's going to be difficult on the back and forth on the family, but it's difficult enough now that I'm here half the time. But it all depends on Um, Probably a year from now, I expect to break ground, assuming all the construction loans and everything go. You know, it's all my wife's the one with the good credit, so everything's under her name, which is a beautiful thing. I'm the one with the business credit, and you know how if you're a businessman, sometimes you sacrifice credit for well, because people don't pay you practically. And I really don't care much about credit. It's 10 minutes. Thanks, Harry. Oh, let me bring that log up. In about 10, I'll break from Mark's show, and then I'll probably head back here after. Man, I'm sorry. I can barely read the screen. Let me see if I clear up my glasses a bit. That should give you plenty of time to get organized. Oh yeah, that's the beauty of it. I'm already clearing out. You know, I thought I had a lot of really good stuff. Turns out I got a good set of tools, which I'll stay at home because until I need them here, and then I'll bring them with me every trip. But I brought a bunch of the other stuff, boxes and boxes of stuff, and a lot of it has been custom. I don't know. I've owned a few businesses in the past, and while some of the businesses prospered, some didn't, and most prospered, some didn't, some were sold. In the end, the materials of a failed, sold, or closed business, I don't, I'm a pack rat. I don't throw things away, so 40 vinyl rolls and things like that. It's mostly custom niche materials that, frankly, they're useful for certain things. Like I had a low voltage wiring business, for instance. So I was left with 8 500 rolls of Cat 5 plenum cable. Cat 6 actually, plenum rated cable. You can't sell those things because they sell so cheaply on Amazon that you try to sell a roll, number one. Number two, turns out with the new house, now I need them. Same thing with RG6, electrical stuff. So there's a lot of supplies that I basically don't need for the house because I've already I've got them in stock, which is kind of nice. Then there are some other things, award materials and stuff like that. Well, I still have a few clients. They're once a year clients or whatever that I service, and I have plaques in inventory that you buy in bulk. So I have probably for the next 3-4 years I have enough inventory for them. So at least I don't have to buy anymore. But again, they're worthless otherwise. And that's the I don't want to say story of my life, but that's it's either tools or supplies that frankly it's not worth selling. And one thing life has taught me is it's not worth keeping either, to a certain degree, because you gotta basically pay to store them. Well, folks, I'm off to watch Mark Lindsay, and I'll be back after his show, and you'll see the fire again. I'll be loading it up continually. So have a wonderful day.